Often you'll see videos on YouTube, sometimes by me, about electric cars you're not going to be able to buy, probably not within the next 12 months, no matter where you live outside of China. This is not one of those videos. The Geely EX5 is coming to numerous car markets. I'll tell you which ones in the video. And it's been a huge sales success in China. In fact, it's actually outselling the BYD Atto 3, even though this is actually an entire new car brand. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. I've got to admit, I did fly to China to test this car around a racetrack. I drove it pretty, I would say 98% as hard as I could. Yeah, I went pretty hard, right? And honestly, there were a few issues with this car. But here's the difference between Geely and Hyundai, MG, many other car companies. Geely wants to know what you think, and they read the comments on videos. They actually respond to customer feedback. Geely, Zeekr, Xpeng, they're all similar to that, right? My experience is, guys, I'll give you a story here. I actually sent 3 separate emails to MG. One of them was a question about buying a car. They never ever responded to me. Now, if they didn't respond to me, guys, in the last 28 days, the channel has had 7.4 million views. If they're not going to respond to me sending them emails, are they going to respond to you? If you've got some advice on how they can improve their cars, etc., probably not. Probably extremely unlikely, let's be honest. But Geely said to us after this test, we tested the cars on this racetrack, drove them really, really hard, and they said, you know what, guys, please be honest. What can we do to improve them? What's going to make them better for your market? How are they going to be better cars for people outside of China? Because in China, people have a particular taste. They often like, with certain kind of cars, they often like it to be more comfortable, more cruisy. And there was 3 of us in the room. When we all said, you need to make the suspension hard. We gave them a bit of feedback on things. And they said, you know what? No problem. We'll make the changes. And all 3 of us looked at each other and went, really? And they said, the Geely vice president said, done. We'll do it. That is a car company you want to be around, right? That's a car you probably want to buy, or at least consider buying, at least shortlisted anyway. And, well, people in China most certainly are. Now, first of all, the Geely Galaxy E5, they've sold 60,000 of those in 119 days, which is amazing considering this is a brand new car. And really, to be honest, Galaxy is an unknown brand in China. Most people, if you said to them, what's a Galaxy in China? If you polled the 1.4 billion people in China, how many people do you think would say, oh, Galaxy, yeah, heard of that? I don't think there'd be that many. So the fact they sold 60,000 of these in only a few months is a pretty remarkable result. Now, this is a direct rival to the BYD Atto 3, but it's a bit bigger. And other car reviewers in China say it's a much better vehicle than the BYD Atto 3. So, yeah, that says quite a bit. Delivery numbers actually grew steadily after they sold 10,000 vehicles within the first 20 days. 20,000 units by day 45, 30,000 units by day 67, and they surpassed 50,000 by day 100. Brand new brand, new car, and they're selling like this. In China, it's priced from around $16,000 and it features Geely's Aegis short blade lithium iron phosphate battery and its Flim Auto infotainment system. It is 4.6 meters long, so it's actually about 10% bigger on the inside, maybe 15% bigger on the inside than a BYD Atto 3, which is obviously its direct rival in China and will be outside of China as well. It's also 1.9 meters wide. It has 2 different battery options. There's a 50 kilowatt hour battery and a 60 kilowatt hour battery offering a CLTC range of 440 kilometers and 530 kilometers respectively. So the WLTP range for the most popular option, which will be the 60 kilowatt hour battery, will be around 450 kilometers. The Galaxy has a 160 kilowatt electric motor and accelerates from 0 to 100 in 6.9 seconds. Now, it's definitely not the kind of car that you would take to a racetrack, but to be honest, 90% of cars on the market are not either. The reason they had us at the racetrack was simply so we could test it in all kinds of conditions. The vehicle's interior is 4.03 square meters and it has 33 storage compartments. I've got to say, it does feel very spacious. It has a structural battery pack as well, And that Geely short blade battery is one of the safest batteries on the world. It's very similar to the BYD blade battery. Interestingly, BYD now also have a short blade battery as well. That will be on the market next year. And the reason that BYD have that battery is because the short blade battery is about half the length of the BYD blade battery, and it therefore can charge much quicker. But Geely say the body is, or the vehicle has a 50-50 weight distribution, so it's very even, and it has an 11-in-1 drive system. Now, they talked to us when we were in China all about the 11-in-1 drive system, which integrates components into a compact, lightweight unit to improve performance. To be honest, this is something that you wouldn't care. I don't think any consumers would care less about the 11-in-1 drive system. It's not really a big advantage for you as an individual. It's more an advantage for Geely. It means they can actually mass produce these cars faster at a much lower price than a lot of their rivals who have those 11-in-1, all separate pieces. You've got to make them on all separate pieces. The 11-in-1 drive system, it's all this big, it's almost like having gigacasting. It's cheaper for Tesla to produce a car if they make the front and the back in two huge pieces rather than hundreds of bits that they've got to join together. A little bit like that. The Galaxy E5 comes with a digital instrument panel, a central control screen, and a heads-up display. Higher trims have massage seats and a 16-speaker FLIM audio system, including headrest mounted units. So what other countries is this car coming to, and when is it coming? Well, it's coming to the market in 2025 outside of China. It will come in right-hand drive, so yes, it's coming to Australia. But Geely also said they plan on selling these vehicles in Norway, Thailand, and Indonesia. So considering Geely are making this in right-hand drive, that makes sense for Thailand. I'm going to guess they might also sell them in Malaysia as well, and possibly also Singapore. At this point in time, I haven't heard any news yet for New Zealand or the UK, but considering the UK isn't imposing huge taxes on Chinese cars like Europe is, there's a good chance that this car would come to the UK as well, because it's also a right-hand drive car market like Australia is. Geely did also say this vehicle is coming to other markets soon. I don't know what those other markets are, but yeah, I'm assuming one of those will be the UK. I think it's very, very likely. Europe, mainstream Europe, maybe will take a little bit longer. I'm going to guess that Geely will go after countries that don't have big tariffs on their vehicles first. Just makes total sense. Now, another thing I should mention about this vehicle is their new short blade battery actually has a pretty high energy density. It's 192.5 watt hours per kilogram, which is a fair bit higher than BYD's existing blade battery today. The blade battery is around about 150 watt hours per kilogram. So that would be one possible advantage of this car over some of its rivals, which use, well, batteries that are not quite as advanced. So guys, I think this car will be a really good option for people. I mean, will it be the best option? I don't know. I'll tell you my opinion on that though when we learn the prices. BYD sent us a survey to say, what do you think about this car? What are the advantages and disadvantages? And what are its rivals, etc. I can't say for sure until I know the price, but I suspect it'll be priced similarly to the BYD Atto 3 in most markets around the world. Thanks for watching.